Hello everybody and welcome to the Sunday race review for the 2020 Styrian Grand Prix. It was an absolute delight of a race and surely one of the best ones to get the season back underway. Two races at the Red Bull Ring, both good in equal measures. The first one was absolutely fantastic. The second one took a while to get into it, and certainly from lap 67 onwards it was absolutely fantastic. So it's just me this weekend, so we're in the commentary box as we present to you the race results and all the strategy guides and who's leading the drivers and the Constructors' Championship as well. We start with that opening lap of the Grand Prix, and it was a great start from Carlos Sainz. He distracted Max Verstappen enough so that Lewis Hamilton was able to skimp away into the distance. But what surprised me the most, actually, was how Sainz was able to keep up with Max Verstappen going forward. And of course, he was still battling with him up towards turn 3. Verstappen got the inside line. But what caught my eye, we said in the commentary, coming through the back, the two Ferraris getting very close for comfort. Leclerc went for the move on the inside, jumped over the sausage curb, launched his rear tyre over the rear of Sebastian Vettel, taking off the rear wing and damaging his floor in the process and putting both of them out of the race. Ferrari committing Harry-Carry, I said in the commentary, and they were out as well. But Vettel was out immediately on lap 1 on the medium compound tyre. He was leading a good race strategy. Leclerc as well was on the hards, but he then went he started the softs and then went to the hards later on, only completing 3 laps going forward as well. So words to be discussed at Maranello going forward. Right, let's start off then with the race results. Lewis Hamilton took his first victory of the season, a very good victory, mind, as well. He dominated pole position by 1.2 seconds and took the checkered flag victorious as well. He ran an interesting strategy. He put the softs on to start the race with, as all the grid had free tyre choice after the washed out qualifying yesterday. So Hamilton started on the softs. He went for 27 laps before switching to the mediums and completing 44 on those, one of the most on the mediums actually, so very good for him to get that strategy done. And took his first victory of the year. Valtteri Bottas finished in second place, started on the softs for 34 laps, but took them longer. He went to lap 34, and we said in the commentary as well how good it was for Bottas to get that far. He was trying to undercut Verstappen, and he did so. Lap 34 pitting, he put on the mediums. He went 37 laps on those. Verstappen started, who finished in third place. Verstappen started on the mediums, went 44 laps, and then had 24 laps on the softs, but his tyres were gone. He couldn't pass Bottas as those two were going side by side to battle for second on the penultimate lap. He came in with 3 to go, put on a brand new set of softs. He went after the fastest lap bonus, but his tyres were done. We said in the commentary, you may as well bring him in, put him on some fresh tyres and let him go forward. Alexander Albon had a battle with Sergio Perez throughout the race as well. Albon finished in 4th. He started on the soft tyres with 35 laps and then went on to the mediums for 36 laps, but the strategy was very late. He was left out 2 laps longer than Valtteri Bottas, and it wrecked the strategy for Albon. Red Bull really were completely messed up Albon's race there, because they should have pitted him the same lap or a lap after Bottas, but they left him out too late and he got caught up in the traffic in the midfield in the lapping cars, and he was done for the day. Lando Norris, well, he started the last lap of the race in 7th place, ended it in 5th place, getting past both Ricciardo, and then on the last lap getting past Lance Stroll, the final corner getting past Sergio Perez as well. A dominant drive from Lando Norris, proving that McLaren is a car to be reckoned with this year for the midfield challenge. And also imagine next year when they get the Mercedes engine in the back, they are going to be quick. Lando Norris, one-stop strategy, did 39 laps, most of anybody on the soft compound, then went to the mediums for 32 laps. That's what gave him the extra tyres at the end to get past the 2 Racing Points, who are on the same strategy. Perez, 38 laps on the softs, 38 laps on the mediums, exactly halfway, and his tyres were done at the end. Stroll, 33 laps on the softs and did 38 laps on the mediums. So both of the Racing Points, or Force Indias, whatever you call them, Racing Points, tyres were gone at the end of the race. That's why Norris was so quick. And also Perez had that contact with Albon, knocking off Perez's own front wing, and was having to scoot round the last lap of the race as well, creating the drama. Stroll and Cesaro finished in 7th. Ricciardo finished in 8th place, and Perez, Stroll and Ricciardo are only separated by 2/10 across the line. They went 3 abreast going forward, and Stroll held up Ricciardo a little bit, and Perez finished 6th, Stroll 7th, Ricciardo 8th. He was on the medium tyres to start with, one of only the few drivers to do so in the top 10. 37 laps completed on those. He did 34 laps on the soft compound going forward as well. And interestingly enough, Renault protested last night the legality of the Racing Point as well, or last night, well, this evening I should say actually, and they have the FIA have seized the brake discs of the new Racing Point and have asked for Mercedes to give their 2019 cars to them as well to check the legality there. Sainz finished in 9th and got the fastest lap of the race, a 1:05.619 was his fastest time. So Sainz, he did 3 stops in the end. He started on the mediums with 34 laps, did 32 on the softs, and then pitted again for a brand new set of softs, did 4 laps on those and got the fastest lap of the race. Danny Kvyat rounded out the top 10, got a point. He did 36 laps on the mediums and went on to the hard compound tyres, the only driver in the field to do so, and did 34 laps, and he was good to the end as well. Kimi Räikkönen in 11th, well, it was an okay race for him, got caught up in some of the battles as well. He did 44 laps on the mediums, 26 on the soft. Then Magnussen was in 12th and Grosjean 13th, same strategy, softs to mediums, Magnussen doing 31. On his softs, Grosjean 37, Magnussen 39 on the mediums and 33 on the for Grosjean. So they swapped over just a little bit. Then Giovinazzi, Gasly, Russell and Latifi. Out of the race was Esteban Ocon as well with a electrical issue. And of course the two Ferraris 19th and 20th. Let's take a look though at the full results from the race. So Lewis Hamilton wins his first race of 2020, followed by his teammate Valtteri Bottas in second. Max Verstappen is third for Red Bull. Alexander Albon, his teammate, finishes in 4th. Lando Norris is 5th. Sergio Perez in 6th place with Lance Stroll 7th. Their result provisional as Renault has launched a protest, and the results of the first 2 races for Racing Point are now with asterisks. We don't know what happened for a few more weeks as of yet. It's Daniel Ricciardo finishing in 8th, Carlos Sainz 9th, Danny Kvyat rounding out the top 10 in the last point scoring position. Kimi Räikkönen is 11th, Kevin Magnussen 12th, his teammate Romain Grosjean 13th, Antonio Giovinazzi 14th, it's Pierre Gasly 15th, George Russell 16th, the last of the official finishers of Nicholas Latifi in 17th. Out of the race on lap 25 was Esteban Ocon. Lap 4, official retirement for Charles Leclerc with a broken floor and rear suspension unit, and with a damaged rear wing and no chance of getting that car repaired on the opening lap after contact with his teammates of Leclerc, Sebastian Vettel officially results in 20th. So an interesting top 3 to the race then, and let's just go quickly through the drivers and the Constructors' Championship as well. Don't need to put them on the screen, I'll just tell you. Bottas got 43 points now. He leads the Drivers' Championship. He's 6 points clear of Lewis Hamilton for 37 points there as well, so he's got an interesting little gap after Hamilton finished 4th last weekend. Lando Norris stays 3rd. In the championship on 26 points, Leclerc 4th on 18, Perez has 16, Verstappen 15, Sainz 13, Albon 12, Gasly has 6, the same as Lance Stroll to round out the top 10. Ocon is on 11th on 4, the same as his teammate Ricciardo, so far that's good for them. Apologies for getting the ice cream truck in the background. It's all ice creams here in the UK. Giovinazzi is 2nd, and then Kvyat, 2 points, has got 13th in the standings, and then 14th and 15th, 1 point each for Sebastian Vettel. Out of it, Latifi, Raikkonen, Magnussen, Grosjean, Russell, all with no points at the moment. In the Constructors' Championship, well, Mercedes dominating that at the moment, 80 points to their name. McLaren 2nd, surprisingly. They've got 39 points still. They've held on to that 2nd place with a great drive from Norris and Sainz today. As you said, Norris finishing in 5th and Sainz in 9th, getting valuable points for them. Red Bull only got 27 points at the moment. They've got to improve. Racing Point 22. Ferrari in 5th place on 19. No points scored today, of course. They are going to be pinching themselves an opportunity missed. They've got upgrades coming there for Hungary. We'll see what they can do next. Alfa Tauri 7 points in 7th. Alfa Romeo on 2 points in 8th, and who knew that was going to happen, the two Alphas, 7th and 8th, and then Williams and Haas still pointless so far in 2020. So moving forward, as we put the notebook down, That's it from us. We'll be back next week for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Once again, we'll have the Thursday preview. Friday practice 1 will be live on audio commentary. Then the Friday practice review, followed by the Saturday review, the Sunday preview, and the Sunday review. And then, of course, you can catch the grand review both for this race in Styria on Wednesday and then the following week as well for the Hungarian Grand Prix. 2 down, 1 to go in the first triple header of Formula 1 2020. And if that was anything to go by, we're in for a great one. Join us in Hungary in 7 days. From us all here, take care. Bye-bye.